afternoon, Kumasi. It is Wednesday, 6th of December, 2023. You are live on Orange, 107.9 FM. This is the Women Lately Show. Conversations worth having. Lovely, lovely Wednesday. It's one of my big sister's birthday, actually, Marilyn Owusu. If you are listening, Ace Consult. Happy birthday. I hope you're enjoying the day. I am joined by... You cry, what are you? Should I say big sister or mommy or friend? Or I think you fit in all those. Yes, you fit everywhere. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Franca.
How are you?
By God's grace, I'm doing very well.
Did I say Rita or Rita? You normally say Rita. You have a nice way of saying it that I'm trying to learn. Anyway, so this afternoon we are going to have a very, maybe long overdue conversation at this point. We've done so many shows on family, but we've never really talked about siblings. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. We are discussing sibling dynamics, love and rivalry. I need to slow down in saying that word, rivalry. No? The L's and R's are too much. So this is episode 10 of season 4 of the Women Lately Show. With me in the studio is a house favorite in the person of Mrs. Rita Krampa. Let me say a proper good afternoon to you and say hi to my listeners.
Good afternoon, Franca, and Merry Christmas to everyone listening to us.
Oh, many happy returns. This is the first Merry Christmas I've gotten this season. Febo, have you got one? This is my first one. So I'm officially ushered into the season, right?
Exactly.
I'm actually excited. And I think that generally talking to people, I feel like people are tired.
Yeah.
Is that your experience too? Yes. People are like, it's like the year has been so long and stressful and whatever. But good thing is we are still here. By God's grace, we are in the final month of the year, and whatever happened, we still made it. So let's be excited about that. So, to introduce today's topic, Rita, I was thinking about in the Bible, where were there siblings who fought? And I realized, in fact, there were a lot.
Yes.
There were a lot. And there were also siblings who were okay with each other, you know, at a point. But in my research, I'm going to read a definition, and then maybe you can weigh in on it if you agree. This is from C.S. Mott Children's Hospital in the U.S. And this is from their pediatrics unit or whatever. They said that sibling rivalry is the jealousy, competition, and fighting between brothers and sisters. Problems often start right after the birth of the second child and may continue throughout childhood. And I added even into adulthood, because some people are not able to transition. Yeah. Yes, they carry the fight from childhood into adulthood. And I also found that someone actually said that for her, she feels like she's more of a referee than a mother. Because she feels like her children are always fighting. So do you agree with this definition of sibling rivalry, and what would you add?
I would say if we add what we have in the Bible, then sometimes it starts from the womb. We look at Jacob and Esau. Yeah. That is where the fight started from. So I think that maybe they will add that to their definition. And also, when we bring in the issue of step brothers and step sisters, then we may add enmity, because they can be enemies for life.
Right. But it shouldn't be the case, isn't it?
Yes, it shouldn't.
I feel like if you're able to live with your friends, you should be able to live with your siblings.
Exactly.
Right.
And some time ago, I wrote on my Facebook page that the cause of sibling rivalry, the guilty partner is actually the mother. Because even though Sarah fanned the flame between Jacob and Esau, but I would say that mothers, the baby was with you 9 months before it comes out. When the baby comes out, the very day the baby drops, that is where you start managing the rivalry. You see, it got to a new baby has come. Let's say there's an older child. Don't touch the baby. Don't come near the baby. Hey, stay there. Go and wash your hands before you. All these things, the way we manage it, will make the older one start hating the baby. Why is everybody carrying the baby and I am told I can't carry the baby? But there are ways to do it. So if you don't manage it well, I don't want to jump the gun, but then that is where you should start from.
Okay. That's interesting. I remember when I was going to have my second son, people used to tell me, he's going to sit on the other one, your baby's head. But that never happened. I didn't experience that. I think I expected the worst.
In my case, my first child, I gave birth to my first child in Takrady.
Okay.
Then I came to Kumasi. When I was going to, on the day of delivery, when I was going to give birth to my second child, my husband, anyway, was able to come into the delivery room with the first baby.
Okay.
So my first baby saw me. The baby comes out. The father talking to him and telling me, that's your brother. Already you've been told your brother is there. So that's your brother.
Okay.
So he was asking a lot of questions. He was being answered after the cleaning, everything. He was actually the first person to see the baby even before the baby was brought to me.
Oh, wow.
Same thing happened with when I was going to give birth to the third one, the two of them were there. The father was holding one here, one here. Your brother is coming, so they were there.
Interesting.
For the girl, they couldn't be there because I had to be taken to the theater.
Okay.
So immediately we came out and I was fine, everything. From school, we need a school uniform, straight to come and see their baby sister. You see, that makes them bond and know that we are from one source.
Oh, wow.
And touching the baby with a dirty hand is not going to kill the baby. So what the father will do is take a tissue, dip it in maybe alcohol, or those days hand sanitizer hadn't come in, so it's alcohol that they were using to clean your hands. Said, now come, let's all go and wash our hands, and then come and so this one hold the baby 5 minutes, this one hold the baby. They're all sitting, so they put the baby on your lap. But not, hey, men, oh yeah, one who saw a baby. No. Then,
so it's how we manage.
At that time, you said, now that she's an adult, we psych the children up that you cannot bond.
Wow. I completely get where you are coming from. I never thought about it that way. Yeah, I never thought that. I think it's how we manage it, because some of the kids are, I don't even know the English word to use.
Exactly.
So, Frimpong is laughing. A child maybe of 4.
But you know why they are in Peninse?
Why?
Because who are they looking at? There is no child here. They are copying. Okay. Adults, they are surrounding her. So she does everything the way the adults are doing. So you realize that the so-called in Peninse are the firstborns.
Yes.
They don't have any child in the house to copy from.
Yeah.
By the time they are now, the second one had come. The second one has somebody to copy from, because I have seen how a child behaves. But so the Peninse is from us around them.
Okay. So we should manage the integration of the baby into the family. Okay. So you've given us a nice way to come to the next thing I wanted us to talk about, like what causes sibling rivalry?
What causes sibling rivalry? The first one I would say is the family dynamics.
Okay.
The family dynamics where sometimes you may have stepsisters, and one mother is telling the other person they are not your mother's children, so they are not your siblings, even though you have one father.
Okay.
It could also be the other way around, where a father is telling the child that is not your mother's child. It's not very common, but some men do it. That is not your mother's child. So that is not, your father's child. Yeah. So you can't bond. You can be fine. But And then we have aunties and uncles and cousins around us. And that also brings civil rivalry in the sense that some of them may be fanning it gradually.
Okay.
Maybe you, the parents, you think your brothers and sisters are around you, so you leave your children with them. But because they are not their biological children, when you are first and I am third, it's like, why were you not first like your sister or your brother?
Yeah.
It is the aunties around us who are doing that. So gradually, you are made to feel this one is the favorite and not me.
Yeah.
And
made to feel.
Yes.
Even though that might not be the truth.
The truth. So it makes you not want to even come near that, your brother or sister. Or they keep on telling you, why are you so short? Why are you so short? Why? Everybody in this house is tall. Why are you then sometimes they even give you names, dwarf, and things. Your parents may not be doing that. But because of the family dynamics there, your auntie is there, your uncle is there, and sometimes even it extends to cousins. When I have a friend, she told me that whenever they are going for any program, on the side of the husband makes sure she dresses to kill. He will give her money for her hair, her nails, makeup. I mean, the dressing had to be, even if it's a funeral, you shouldn't wear that cloth you wore the other time. She will give you money to go and buy. The reason is, right from the time the husband was young, there's always been competition among the brothers. You bring a girl home and my girlfriend is more beautiful than yours.
Really?
You anything you do, it has competition. So now that we are adults and we are married, it is still a competition. Whose wife dressed better? Didn't your wife use the same dress you wore the other?
And men remember what a woman wore to an event.
There are about 5 brothers, so you can imagine.
Wow.
They are not from the same mother. I mean, but that has been there. And sometimes even the mothers will tell them, hey, oh
my God. Look at that.
You see, so these are the family dynamics gradually creeping into them. Another reason, another thing that can also come in is the parental style, just like we're talking about.
Yeah.
Our parental style sometimes bring rivalry among the children. Sometimes a child is named after your father or your mother, so you give them that respect, even though he's a child.
Yeah.
But the one that is named after an auntie or somebody, becomes something else.
I've actually heard some people call their child mama.
Mama, because me didn't tell me, mommy. Hey, you can't. My local name is Mami Sewa. When my father's people, like cousins and aunties are around, and you call me Sewa, I won't mind, but they will tell you, hey, yes, one no. So she's you cannot say this Sewa just like add the mommy. You see, so assuming if I am her child, obviously she's going to give me that kind of mommy respect. You see, the one my younger sister was named after, she's said to be very vibrant and like Neniadi. So any small thing she does is referred to that woman. On the I'm for this. So
she gets away with it.
So she gets away with it. So the parental style will gradually creep in. So if, for instance, we don't, the parents don't manage some of these things well, it can affect them in the sense that you are daddy's mother, so you are treated differently.
Yeah.
I am the Indian one. So anything I do, leave me alone. And gradually it grows and it can bring hatred between the two of them. So that can affect them. Then probably the last one I will talk about is the environment in which we grow up in. Sometimes it means when you go see friends, what you see as a child, you want to bring it home.
Okay.
So if your parents are not observant, they might see that somebody somewhere is telling you, your sister doesn't like you, your sister is bad. your sister is this. You tell somebody, oh, yeah, I see you are hurt. Oh, yes, my sister pushed me. And he tell you, and you didn't beat her. Go and beat her up. It happened in the house. But then you are in school telling somebody, and your friends are telling you how they handle theirs. And if you are not careful, you will do likewise. So these are the three main causes that I see.
So in there, I feel like then the parents carry much of the responsibility, or
Exactly.
maybe they actually start the cycle.
Yes.
Is that
The cycle starts, I said, from the day
the
one the
womb.
child is born.
But we fund it.
But we
without
find
knowing.
it, and sometimes I when I talk to parents that I know about some of these things, I realize that we do it out of ignorance.
Yeah.
Yes, because I learned some of these things from the time I was growing up. My father was very conscious of some of these things. He wanted us to see ourselves as siblings. Fortunately for me, my husband told me that his father never caned them when they were growing up.
Okay.
There were also 4 boys and 2 sisters. Anytime the father picks a cane, it means there's a fight among them. So that was how he was bringing up my kids. My husband will never cane anybody. Cane, even where the cane is scratched, it's funny. He has to look for it to find it anytime he's looking for it. When you do anything wrong, there are other punishments there. Face the wall, kneel down, those kind of stuff. But anytime he picks the cane, it means there was a fight. And he tells them, I'm beating you, I'm giving you these lashes because you fought. This is your brother. This is your brother. There should never be a fight. So with time, the children themselves got to know that if we don't fight, nobody gets hit.
Right?
So then anything that will result in a fight, let's just take it out, especially the older one. When you realize this thing is going to result in a fight, you say, okay, you take it. When you finish, I'll take it. And that also has made the younger ones respect their older brother a lot. If you know my kids, you see that the older one is a bit smallish, like my gentleman here. That's how the older one is. But the younger ones are thick, tall.
Yeah.
So you might think they will bully him, but they can't. Because the respect is there. This is your senior brother. It's been hammered into you from the time you were a child.
Right.
So you cannot say, I didn't get it. You have to get it. So parents have a role. In fact, we have about 99% role to play to make sure that there is always cordial relationship among the siblings.
Interesting thoughts. We're gonna continue this line of thought around the courses, but I want to say good afternoon to Araba Bukari on YouTube. She says, greetings, Mama Rita and Mama Taylor. Every day I get a new name on the show. Greetings, Araba. Thanks for joining the show. I hope you are doing well this Wednesday. We are live on Orange 107.9 FM. You can join the show live on YouTube and post your comment in real time so we can interact with you. If you want to talk to us on WhatsApp, the number to do that on is 0548501584. By now, you should have saved that number on your phone. Women Lately WhatsApp line, so that as soon as I come on live, you can interact with me in the studio. I also want to say thank you. I saw a lot of people sharing today's episode, sharing the flyer. Yes, so thank you for spreading the word. I think that if you have siblings at all, or you have children, you would have experienced sibling rivalry at some point. Maybe not the intense one where people are comparing their wives' clothes and all that, but everybody has experienced it at some point. You've talked about the influence of parents, in sort of maybe fanning the flame of sibling rivalry. You've also talked about comparing. I remember growing up, my mom would never allow anybody to compare. We're 3 girls.
Yes.
She would never. She's like, they are all individuals.
Yes.
So don't say that this person's head is bigger than this person, or this is dark and this is fair.
Especially when you wear the same clothes.
Yeah.
We were also 3 girls, and the boy was the youngest. And my mom just like dressing us the same way. So the same dress everybody's wearing. You get people telling you, oh, this one has got too much hips. It's filled the skirt. This one is too tall. This one. Everybody has something to say. But we've always been complimented by our father.
Okay.
We've always. My mother will tell you. She when you say that, it's like you are telling her she doesn't know what to do for her children. So she takes the fight.
Okay.
And we were
just
good
chill.
to go. Yes.
Let's talk about jealousy among the children, right? This is not something caused by the mother or father. The children just sometimes see, for example, maybe there are two children. One will draw maybe a picture and they come and show it to you as a mother. You're like, oh, wow, it's a nice picture. And suddenly the other child is offended. I drew the same thing. You didn't say it was nice, and can you talk to us about jealousy? Like, how do we? Because that's what you don't teach them.
Yes, it's. Let me, for maybe want of a better explanation, say that God who created us tells us He's a jealous God, and we have the image of God in us, and so the jealousy is there. Of late, I like watching videos of children and their reaction a lot.
Okay.
And some of the videos you see that when the mother and the father are there and they try hugging, then immediately the child said, no. She comes into the middle. No, don't kiss my mother.
Yeah.
Or don't hug my daddy. This is my daddy. Yes, and some of these things. Even sometimes it's the child is jealous of the way the mother or the father treats the other parents. For example,
that's true.
Daddy comes home and he's like, can I get a bottle of water? Mommy brings her water. Then this child says, Mommy, can I get a water? Go to the fridge. You see, that child is like, but why is it that when Daddy told you to? And sometimes they ask, my children will ask you, why is it that when Daddy said you want water, you brought it? But when I said I want water, he said I should go to the fridge. You see, sometimes as parents, we are like, oh, it's impaying something. But for me, I think that every question a child asks, we have to be patient to answer them. I always talk about my father because that's what my father would do. Any silly question you ask him, he will have the time to answer you.
Okay.
You see, so it builds up my assertiveness.
Okay.
In a very good way. You can be assertive in a very rude way, which is not good, but in a very good way. I want to know why it is happening like that. And I need you to answer me. So if the child asks why, answer. Now, if you have 2 kids or 3 kids, one does something, and you're like, oh, okay, that's good. Then you put it down. Then the second one brings a similar drawing. Wow, this beef. Then you paste it on the wall.
Auntie Rita, let me come. Maybe sometimes you're just tired. It's not.
I'm coming. Bar means you ask you, why is it that you didn't put mine on the wall? Oh, I didn't. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Let me put it here. Then the case is closed. Because now both of us, our picture is there. Okay. You see, any silly thing they draw, I used to put it on the fridge. I put the magnet on it and it's there. Sometimes, suddenly somebody will come and tell you, Mommy, I can't find my drawing on. Then you realize that it has fallen down. Yeah. So you pick it. Oh, sorry, I didn't see. Then you put it there. I had an expatriate friend who told me that sometimes the pictures on the fridge becomes plain. Yeah. So she created a file and tell them that after 1 month, we put it in the file. Okay. And it helped because the children themselves will tell you, Mommy, the picture is, we are at the end of the month, then they will remove it and put it in the file. For everybody to feel that my achievement is being seen. Okay. Another thing to also take out jealousy is when we all come together to clap for the one who did well. For example, your sister goes to school and sings so well, speech and prize giving day. We come home, we all celebrate it. In my house, even now that they are adults, when it's your birthday, when they were kids, we will all come, everybody, all of us will come to your bedside. If you are in your room, we'll come and knock. If we have a cake or something, we open your door and we all sing happy birthday. And we will pray for you, all of us. We'll pray for you. Sometimes we'll ask you, what do you want us to pray for? Then you tell us and we pray. Either one person will pray or all of us will pray. So everybody knows that when it is my turn, it will be done for me. Even when my older son, when he went to US, for instance, technology, Zoom, then he comes in.
Okay.
And we do it. Even though at that time we may not be there physically, but at least he knows that my family will not skip my birthday. And it happens everybody the same way. That will make the children see themselves as whatever will be done for A, B will get it.
Yeah.
That will bring down that jealousy. And again, that issue of this is my mother, this is my father kind of thing. Don't rub it in the children's face.
Yeah.
You name the child after your mother, and so what? He's not your mother, he's your child.
Yeah.
So, otherwise, if anybody who is called Lisbeth will be treated like a queen. Exactly.
Yeah.
But we have to know that whoever you named your child after, you named your child after for a reason. So appreciate whatever role they are playing in there. Even if the person is not academic, normally, when one is academically good, we tend to praise that one. We like him. But the other person may also be good in something.
Yes.
Focus on that one as well, and then everybody will be fine. Yes. And when they do things, let them praise each other. You couldn't tie your shoelace. Your brother did it for you. Say thank you. Then, you hurt your sister. Say sorry. And make sure it is done. Sometimes we go like, especially if you are the middle child, you know it, Dada.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You see, when you're a middle child, when they are calling adults, they don't call you.
Yeah.
Because you are not the firstborn.
I know, right?
When something sweet comes, it is for the younger one.
Yes.
So you are always left in the middle.
Yeah.
And as a child, they expect you to understand.
Yeah.
What do you want me to understand? You didn't give it to me. You see, you go to the shop, you buy new dresses. It's always for the first one. The second one, I'm always getting the hand-me-down. By the time it gets to the younger one's time, the dress is old, so you buy a new one. So I'm the one getting. So if I'm doing something out of it, you should understand that jealousy is in my blood. That is what God created me with. But it is how you manage it. Once in a while, get me also a new one.
Yeah.
Once in a while, let me also see that I am one of the children. So today there's only one apple. Yesterday we gave it to number 1. 2 days ago we gave it to number 3. So today have it.
Yeah.
So
instead of saying that, as for you, you understand. Yeah.
Otherwise they go like, say you that you know that. Like, you know you're penny. Don't do that.
Interesting. There's a lot I want to say, but like I was saying last week, it's not my show. It's not the show where I share my life, right? Because I have a lot to say on this particular topic.
One day I have to sit at your seat and then start asking you the questions.
I think that now that I'm a parent, I appreciate that none of these things are done most of the time, to intentionally maltreat the child. We do it
unconsciously.
Yes. And we think that the child will come up to our level of understanding that, this is your little brother. So you give it to him. This is your big sister. So you give it to her. Forgetting that the child does not have...
Especially when they hit you. Yes. When the younger one hits you, they expect you to understand.
Yeah.
Don't hit her back. But when you hit her, then mommy brings a cane because I've hit my little brother. But when he hit me, you didn't say anything.
So how should we manage that?
You see, in the first place, nobody should hit anybody. So the one who caused it, whether you are the firstborn or the lastborn, the punishment must be given to you.
Okay.
And you must be made to apologize.
Okay.
That I hit my older brother or my younger sister and I'm not going to do it again. in some, I've seen a parent who most of the time he says unfortunately, and I've told her to stop saying unfortunately because he has 5 boys. And he says that the fighting and the hitting became everyday thing, and then the husband one day looked for a YouTube video on the causes and effect of fighting among children, and they made them watch the video. Said it was about 2 hours, and he told them nobody is even going to the washroom.
Wow.
So if you want to go to the washroom, go before we start. And they all watched it, and he said by divine intervention, the fighting stopped.
Wow.
Even if you someone amongst them try, like, take a stick or something that you want to hit there, then another person will tell you, hey, remember the video. And in the video, there were violent situations where children, even out of ignorance, one took his father's gun and shot his own sister. He didn't know the gun. He doesn't know anything about it. He just know that when you take a gun, you press it. He pressed it and pow, the sister died. Another one also stabbed somebody. Some of these violent acts, and it made them stop. So sometimes you need to sit them down, talk to them, let them understand that fighting is a no-go area in this house. You are siblings. Keep hammering it to them so they get it. So
whether they are young, the last born or whatever, they get the...
You get the punishment where even if you are crawling, and there's a punishment for the toddler. It needs to be done. That will tell them this is wrong. Otherwise, one will always get away with
yes, which is usually the last one.
Last one, yes. And children, the more they get away with some of these things, the more they do it.
Yeah, of course.
And they will even tell you tell that you wouldn't do anything to me.
That I have said before. That I have said before. I said, well, it was my school stuff. I'll just leave them in school and expect my big sister to pick them up. And if she does, I'm like, if you don't pick it, Daddy,
you are the one that will ask.
Yeah. And really, she would always get
he wouldn't
the
do
beating for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, do you think that sibling rivalry is more maybe prevalent in children who are closer in age or very wide apart in age?
I think it could be both ways.
Okay.
It all depends on the upbringing. Okay. But in most cases, when the ages are wide apart, the older one naturally sees you as a baby. So when you misbehave, they are not bothered too much. Yeah. So you realize that normally, even if you have the firstborn, and there are other children in between, the firstborn is always close to the lastborn.
Yeah.
Because they see you as the youngest, the baby cry.
Yeah.
But the one directly behind me, it's like sometimes about 2 years difference. So sometimes even 1. Yeah. Yeah. So they are the ones that you need to pay attention to.
Those
most
close
of
in
the time.
age.
When they are close, the age is closer.
Okay.
When it's wide apart, naturally they see that one as a baby. But when they are close, that is where the competition becomes stronger, because then the younger one thinks that, aren't we you know, how old are you? It's not only 2 years.
Yeah.
Or if they are taller, and normally second ones are taller.
Yeah.
The second one is normally, unfortunately, in my case, is the other way around. My 2 sisters are taller, and I'm the shorter. My brother is also taller.
Okay.
So it makes them feel that they have to fight for attention. They have to struggle for it, because most attentions are given to the first one.
Yeah.
Yes, they are the ones that it's like, especially if you are a girl, you help mommy cook. So you are the one who will help mommy clean the kitchen, and the rest of them are there. Gradually, you begin to see them as your children, because when mommy is not there, you are the one who takes care of them. Yeah. And they also want to prove that you are not our mommy. You see?
Yeah.
So when you say sit, they will stand. They want to rebel and show you that you are not mommy.
Yeah.
You see, this is the one who is in charge. I remember my oldest son once, when they were kids, asked, Daddy, so when you are not there, like when you are not in the house, I'm the one who is in charge. Before the father could answer, the second boy said, no. Mommy is in charge before you.
Oh.
Because he was rating according to adults. Daddy is older than mommy. So mommy comes before you. Immediately you realize that no, there should be some understanding here.
Yeah.
So immediately the father called all of them and told them that, look, when I'm not there, I'm a man. The next man in the house is your older brother. Mommy is there. But men are the one who are in charge of the house. Mommy is in charge of the home. So whatever happens in the home, mommy is around. But when I step out now and there's something to be done by a man, the person to do it is your brother. When your brother is not there, then you. So he knew that a day will come, it will come to my turn.
Okay.
So case settled. So far as one day, Daddy has gone to work. Charles has gone to school, perhaps the boarding house. I'll be the next person. That will settle the case for them. But if you had ignored it, then, and sometimes we even insult them for asking those questions, then he will show you that if Daddy is not there, mommy is the one in charge. So when Daddy is not there and you give him instruction, he will not take it.
Yep.
You want mommy to come and give me that instruction. So I mean, some of these things, I would say that there's no perfect parent.
Yeah.
We all just do try and error, and then when it works, it's fine. But as they grow, it must start right from the beginning as they're going. Let them see that you are the same. I was telling somebody that one of my happiest moments as a parent was when someone told my second son and my third son, I thought you were friends.
Oh,
I didn't know you were brothers. Because we have a lot of siblings here. They went for a camp.
Okay.
And you don't even see them
Talking to each other.
The two of you, you leave your room and you come and wait for your brother. He finishes, he's waiting for you. When you see the two of them, they are always together.
Okay.
When they're in the house, everybody is doing their own thing. But when they get out there, so when the guy said, he said, but don't you know our name? He said, no, I know your name, but I don't know his surname.
Okay.
So since I see the two of you together, I thought
Just
you
assumed.
were best friends. So for me, it tells me that, wow, for somebody outside to see these boys and say, I thought you were friends, tells me I've not done bad at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the age difference?
4.
4 years.
Yes.
Hey, that's a lot.
Yeah. After the first two boys, I said I'm done. I wanted to be like you, but that was not my husband's prayer.
Yeah.
So a third one came and it was also a boy.
That is the greatest fear of everybody with 2 boys. You know, when people see you and they're like, oh, have a girl. I'm like, what is the evidence that
it will be a girl?
It will be a girl. What about if it's twin boys?
I had to go around 4 before I got a girl.
Araba says, my pension baby is 7 and 13 years younger than her adult sisters. They get jealous of her. Oh, I guess I didn't give them the pampering I give baby last.
Exactly.
Do you want to comment on that?
That's the baby last thing. If you are not careful, that can be like pouring kerosene, fire into kerosene.
Yeah.
Because the adults think of the things you have made them go through that this little girl is getting away with it.
They should allow.
Like the story Nana told us, for example. You wonder that, is this the same mother who gave birth to us?
Yeah.
So as much as possible, if there is any pampering, let the siblings rather pamper her and not you the mother. That baby, like, imagine 3 boys and a girl. I have to be very conscious of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's the only girl.
Yeah. And
3
the
boys
last
in
one.
front. You, if you are not careful, you pamper her.
Yeah.
But I keep on telling myself that something my mother used to say. When my mother says her dictionary, the P, there is no pamper there.
Hey.
So she doesn't even know what it is.
Wow.
So I consciously make sure that when she does something wrong,
Yeah.
you go through the punishment. When you do something right, we praise you. Come to the kitchen with me. You are the girl, so we have to cook. And fortunately, she loves cooking. So,
Okay.
And otherwise, you be like, oh, she's my only daughter, my only daughter.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's something else.
Yeah.
She can't even prepare tea for herself.
Listening to you, I feel like we have to be so intentional as parents if you have more than one child. Because there are so many scenarios where you can be fueling this sibling rivalry.
Even if
and
you
might
have
not.
one.
Yeah.
She may have cousins
Okay.
there. And if you are not careful, she may feel she's better than any other child around them.
Theophilus also on YouTube says, I'm enjoying the conversation, Mama Rita Krampa and Miss Taylor. So I have
you.
Mama Taylor there, Miss Taylor. I take all of it. I take all of it. I feel like when there is a stressful situation in the family, it creates room for sibling rivalry. Would you agree? Stressful, maybe separation between the parents, sometimes even divorce and those things.
Yes. Yeah, it does. Especially when there's a separation and the first child is a male child.
Okay.
And you are with a mother. If you are not careful, you replace him with your husband.
Yeah.
So, and especially in a situation where he was named after your husband, he becomes the daddy in the house.
Yeah.
So that's when you are supposed to punish him, you are supposed to advise him. Because he's daddy, you like, I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
So you know what he's doing is wrong. And you're still harboring some of these things. We went to a relative of my husband, and there was this lady who has been brought from among the family, is staying with them. And then another gentleman, also a member of the family, has been brought there, which means the two of them are not the homeowners' children.
Okay.
They are just living there. You know Ghana, the way
Yeah.
we do, cousins and stuff like that. But they are not blood related.
Okay.
So when we got there, the first thing my husband did was to call the guy and give him a warning that don't go beyond your brotherly duties. Seeing this lady as she's not a member of the family, so you can touch her or have some sexual feelings for her. Otherwise, I'll come and deal with you myself. Then he had to call the girl to talk to the girl. When we were coming, I asked him why. Why did you do that? And he said, wherever there's Adam, there is Eve. The devil will be there because there's always an apple. As funny as it seems, sometimes you need to do that.
Yeah.
There is no daddy in the house. This boy, who is your firstborn, is now the daddy. But there is a house help there, who is a lady, not blood related. And then you take things for granted. Oh, my son will never do that. Now my servant so they are there. Before you know it, something has happened. So be deliberate about it. Be very conscious about some of these things. For me, I always say that I don't take things for granted. And so I will not send my daughter to my husband's friend's house alone.
Yeah.
If the wife is not there, forget it. We I don't know how to say it, but we don't think about some of these things. Maybe for me, by nature, I analyze things too much before I take a step.
Okay.
So sometimes people think I'm slow in making a decision, but I have to look at all the negatives, the possible things that can happen that I don't have control over.
Yeah.
And then try as much as possible to avoid it happening. I mean, you help people tell us it's two ways. You either avoid the
exactly.
or you protect yourself.
Exactly.
Yes. So you have to do something to protect your son. If you are divorced, that is even the more reason you should be talking to him. Let him know he is a son and not the daddy. Daddy is not here. Yes, you are the man of the home. Certain roles you have to be, but you still have to know you are. The same thing applies to the girl.
Yeah.
Knowing that you are a daughter and not the wife.
Yeah.
So you take position, and sometimes you see a daughter ordering the maidservant about. When you are not there, they will put poison in the food for your daughter to eat. You see, because your daughter, I'm the one cooking, and you are pestering my life. A daughter that sometimes I joke that and now an 18-year-old and your 7-year-old daughter is ordering the maidservant around. It will bring jealousy.
Yeah. Many things to think about. And I'm sure if you are listening to us, you are thinking about the dynamic in your own home and seeing ways to, do better. I am learning, some of the things that I should do right. And I'll be changing them. Theophilus Oswansa says, Mommy's boy and daddy's girl. I know, right? Yes. They feel special. I'm the only boy, I'm the only girl people. Exactly. They feel extra special. Auntie Bita, when I had my boys, I said that. Is that for me? Okay. Let's read this comment before.
Okay.
I hope I don't lose my train of thought. But this person is joining from Achemamenshia. He's Sir Max. He says that you've opened a Pandora's box up till now. My younger sister hasn't respected me and I've never liked her due to so many things I think my parents did to us. Sir Max, I appreciate your honesty. He didn't say her part, that she has not respected him, but he said he's never liked her. And he's laying the blame at the doorstep of their parents. Do you want to speak to Sir Max?
Yes. I saw this quotation. I've forgotten the person who said. I actually cut it and pasted it in front of on the mirror where my children's bathroom is. It says that there comes a time in your life where you can no longer blame your parents for what they did to you. Because at a certain age, the response is your responsibility. You see, your parents might have done certain things that necessitated you and your sister not getting along, but you are now an adult. It is up to you. That is where emotional intelligence comes in. It is up to you to take that decision and say that, hey, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, or whatever religion you be. Every religion has love there.
Yeah.
So I want to love my sister the way I'm supposed to, and pray, and God will help you. The Holy Spirit's purpose is to help you navigate some of these things. So make that conscious effort to show love to your sister. If you have to visit her, you have to invite her to your house. If you have to take her out once, maybe to lunch or somewhere, and talk that this negative or bad blood between us, let's end it. From now on, we have to love ourselves as a brother and sister and move on. Sometimes the other sibling may not want to, but you will have to make that conscious effort. You see, if you don't do that, you are the one who will be suffering. Because I always say that sometimes the person who has hurt you, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He sleeps.
Most of the time.
And you are sitting there thinking about it, having sleepless nights over it. So let it go and love your sister as it's supposed to. Even the Bible says love your neighbor, let alone your sister. And your sister is your closest neighbor.
It even says love your enemy.
Exactly. Enemy is a problem. Yes.
Yeah. Miss Idisa, I believe, on Orange Family. It's a group on WhatsApp. She says, rivalry among siblings. I'm listening to the program and it's very educative. Well done, Orange FM. Thank you for joining the show. Auntie Rita, I feel like sometimes it's not even when they are it's the snide comments sometimes parents pass.
Yes.
Uja for no. And this is a parent talking about one of their own child to their other children.
Yes.
So you realize that even in the absence of the parents, the children are already fighting the one who is always being singled out. So because there are a lot of parents listening, can you also speak to that, singling out one child and talking about them with your other children?
In fact, that, as a parent, is a no-go area. No matter what your child has done, you don't. The moment you bring one out, it means you want to advise them. They've done something wrong, and you want to punish them, not in the presence of the younger ones. Sometimes let's say whatever was done wrong by the adult, you want the other siblings to respect the adult.
Yes.
So when you are punishing and you are talking to him, you don't let the others hear. That one you can do it. Take them outside somewhere. Tell them that, look, I'm going to give you this punishment.
Okay.
Because you did A, B, C, D. And the other sibling shouldn't even know.
Okay.
I sometimes we go to school. I remember one time we came home and my older sister was scrubbing the gutter. This is a gutter we all scrubbing. As for, I always say that my mother ran the home like the way we do at the boarding house. There's a timetable. Weekly, everybody has your chore. Then the following week, we change.
Okay.
And that week, it wasn't my sister's time. So why was she scrubbing? And she said, well, Daddy said I should scrub the gutter because it was dirty. That's what she told us.
Oh, right.
But later on, we realized that it was a punishment for something she did.
Okay. But she was protected.
So
they didn't expose her.
Yes, they didn't expose her, and she was made to do the work. So that is the only time you call them aside. Or you want them to take certain responsibilities without the others coming in. But when it comes to saying negative things, and sometimes parents do that out of their own ego. You may not realize it, but it is your own ego. A parent, you have 3 sisters. Let's assume 2. Yes, so you are 3. Let's assume your father calls you and tells you that your older sister, the whole year, she hasn't even given me 100 cedis. Then she tells the older one, as for Franca, then she tells the second one something. You see, you may not tell your sister what your father has told you, but you will send him money. Your sister will send him money. The older one will send him money, and he has achieved his aim.
And some parents actually do that.
And some parents do that.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't do that, the 3 of you will come together and decide that Yamanu 200. But now many are 600. Because many are 200 wo. Many are 200 way ho. Many are 200 way ho. One light bill, 5 children have paid for it. This one has sent money for the light bill. This one has sent money. And he won't tell anybody that, Franca has paid the light bill, so you bring me money for water. No.
Yeah.
Some parents are even happy. I've heard somebody happily saying it. That is how he manipulates his children. What do you know when you are sad?
Oh, wow.
You see, but you are creating enmity amongst them because A thinks that I'm the only one taking care of my parents. B thinks I'm the only one taking care of my parents. So for me, for example, when my and we still do it, when my older sister was alive, whenever there is any financial thing, we discuss it.
Okay.
So how much are we giving? Okay, we are giving this much. Everybody bring this. And then whoever is close to my mother, so everybody knows what is going there. Sometimes she will call me. Oh, my younger sister, for instance, will call me that Christmas. Me, I don't have money. I've done a hamper, so I'm sending it. So send her money. Okay. So that I know that I don't have to send hamper and send money.
Okay.
And the amount that I'm sending, sometimes my brother will call me and say me, all of you don't send any money. I've already sent her money. That tells you everybody is supporting.
Yeah.
So there's no way somebody will feel that I'm the only one doing it. So everybody must be in the know of what is going on.
Yeah.
So as a parent, the moment you call one out and you start doing, you see what your sister has done, you see what your brother has done, that's, you are worse than Sarah, who deceived the husband.
Yeah.
You see, and I always say that some of these things, at the end of the day, when it backfires, you are the one who is going to suffer.
True.
You, the parents who think that you are wiser, you are the one who is going to suffer. When the children realize that, oh, so we were being played against each other, that would not be good for you. I mean, imagine you having 2 or 3 children and they are not talking to each other. They can't stand each other.
Yes.
As a mother, I don't know how you will sleep. Because you have caused it in a way.
Yeah. And I think that in these situations, that is when the sibling rivalry goes beyond the little arguments in childhood and becomes an adult thing.
It gets to a situation where one family, like me, my husband, and my children, I'm not speaking to his brother, his wife, and children. I mean, we can't even say this is my cousin.
Yeah.
Because we have been warned. I mean, sternly warned that you don't talk to this person. You don't go near them.
Let me catch up on comments and I'll come back to my earlier question. Araba again says, my 21-year-old heard you, Mama Rita. She says she's not part of the conversation. She's just passing by. She says she won't do pampering beer. Hey! And Abiba Idisa says,
she's doing it, but she doesn't know she's doing it. I mean, when her sister is crying, she won't leave with the sister.
Of course.
Definitely, you go and pick them up. Yes.
I'm sure.
Or just let somebody touch that little girl.
Yeah.
You will see.
Yeah. Abiba Idiza on YouTube says, this topic is very educative. I wish most parents knew this earlier. Yes. For some parents, I think they didn't know any better. And by the time they realize, the problem has already been created. Yeah. But another thing is that we do not say sorry as African parents. I'll say it loosely.
Yes,
I know some people do, but generally. Yeah. So even when we realize that we've created a problem, we do not address it. We just want the problem to go away somehow.
Exactly.
On its own, and it never does.
It's not right.
Yeah.
I think I always say that our parents and grandparents may be educated, but we are more educated than they are.
Okay.
You see, my mother didn't read any book about parenting. Yeah. So she has given birth to her 3rd child. That's what she told us.
Okay.
But I read about parenting even before I got married. Hey. Because the books were there.
You were in a hurry.
You see, like I told you, I don't want to do things out of ignorance.
Okay.
So I read about when I go to the consultant, right from the day I got pregnant, I knew exactly what was happening inside my system because I had read pregnancy from 1 to 0. I don't want to be in a situation where I don't know anything and what is happening. No, I really want to know. So as we go along, our generation, we must change certain things.
Yeah.
When we are the same, then there has been no development in your life. You need to learn. Sometimes you learn from other people.
Yeah.
A friend came to visit. My children were small. And they were fighting over a toy. And I took the toy and told the 2 of them to face the wall. And my friend, she had come from US. So she said, wow, this is another punishment I have learned. Because growing up, what she was taught in Takrady was you are giving a slap on the buttocks and you kneel down. So that's how she was bringing up her children in US.
Okay.
So now she has learned face the world.
Yeah.
You see, at the same time, I also learn a few things from her about. So as we go along, we meet other parents.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how things are done, not out of jealousy. I made a mistake some time ago. I asked somebody a question about parenting, and the thing she told me when I left, I told myself that this is bragging on the top, because all the things she was saying, I know it doesn't happen. No Ghanaian would do that anyway. So let's learn as we go. And one thing that I told myself when I started having kids, I told myself that anything that was done to me by my parents that I was not happy with, God should help me not to do it with my children.
Right.
So one of them is, our parents, they don't care embarrassing you anywhere they like. I don't know of your parents, but my mom doesn't care. My mom will beat you right here if you misbehave. She doesn't care who is passing. Otherwise, you have to run away. So I'm always very conscious of what I'm doing with my children. If their friends are there, that is not the time I'm going to tell them that I told you to wash the dishes. You haven't watched it and you are sitting here chatting with your friend. I'll wait for your friend to go. Or sometimes, if you are at the age where you have a phone, I'll go to my room, take my phone and call you. I'll send you a text message and you will know that you have to stop chatting and come and do what I told you to do. But I will not. But some of us, we don't care.
Yeah.
But you realize that our environment was different from now.
Yes, definitely.
Our time, who is Google? If you want to see a computer, you have to go for excursion at Rivalry before you see that big one day. Now it's in their hand. So we have to find new ways of doing this so that our children will be better than what we are now.
Yeah. The thing I like to say about our parents, when people bring up discussions about what they could have done better, is that they only did what they knew to do at that time, like you're saying. There weren't that many books and Google articles and all the things, podcasts and online classes. They didn't, not that they didn't know, right? It's not like they're ignorant, but they didn't know maybe as much as we do, because they didn't have that much information as we do. So we should just offer them grace and, like you're saying, correct it with us. Definitely our children will also come and sit here one day and say that
that is what they do to us.
Yes, and we are doing better. Theophilus says sometimes fathers become jealous of their sons when they are close to their mom and vice versa. Is that true?
That's
your own
true.
child?
That's true, you see. And I always say that there is a problem with, should I say Africans, or maybe I'll say Ghanaians. As soon as we get married, we start having kids.
The pressure is on.
People start looking at your belly from the very day you come from honeymoon. You greet somebody and instead of looking at your face, they are looking at your belly.
Yeah.
And because of that, we think that as soon as we say I do, and the church even encourages it. As soon as, you see, the church counselors are not telling these young people that marry before you become a parent. So the time we are supposed to be marrying, knowing each other very well, that is the time you are pregnant. The moment you are pregnant, we jump the marriage. We've done I'm not talking of the ceremony.
Yes.
The ceremony,
the actual
we are done.
marriage.
But to live together as husband and wife, you see, God created Adam, brought in Eve. That was not the day Eve became pregnant. They were there for some time, knowing each other, exploring the relationship very well. Otherwise, the devil could not have come to Eve because he was sitting somewhere realizing that of these two, this one is the vulnerable one. You see, what I'm trying to say is that don't jump from the ceremony to parenthood. When you skip the marriage, that is where you have this problem.
Okay.
Now that the baby is there, Yeah, where we are is an adult. You still want your wife you still want the marriage. But you remember, we have jumped the marriage.
Yeah.
And we are now parenting.
Yeah.
So you don't expect the relationship to be like before. But if you have taken your time, and I can tell you, when my husband and I got married, we decided for 1 year we are not going to have any child in this house.
Okay.
And we had all the fun we want to have in our house.
Sometimes some of the children are surprises, Auntie Rita.
Me, I was ready. I told you I will read and know when the time to go for it and the time not to.
Okay.
You see? So after, and people were asking. I remember
just a year.
My office, somebody even called me and told me that, look, you can't be, and I was in Takrady and my husband was in Kumasi. Okay. You can't be sitting here going, oh, every weekend I'm going to Kumasi and still come and wear this skirt and blouse.
Hey.
I mean, that with that boldness, you see. So everybody around you think that you must have a baby right now.
Yeah.
This is me. And I keep telling people that nobody is going to tell me how to live my life. The time you should have told me was when I was below 18. Legally, I'm now an adult. I can take my own decision. Yeah. So you are not going to tell me I should have a baby right now. I'm not ready for it. You see, so by the time the baby comes, we've understood ourselves. We know everybody's role. So I will not be jealous when my husband picks my daughter and decides that we are going shopping. Why should I be jealous?
Yeah.
Or my husband sees me and my boys talking and chatting and he's like, hey, what are you talking about? Daddy, it has nothing to do with you. And then you get jealous. No. But because we didn't marry, I mean, we didn't enjoy the marriage, and we've jumped to parenting, you think that the time your wife should spend with you is with the children. Yeah. The time your husband should have been by your side is with children. And unfortunately, the worst aspect is when the children grow up and they leave the house.
Exactly.
You see that you and your husband, you are like strangers to each other.
I was going to come to that,
So one goes to town, sits with friends, come back late and come and sleep.
Because by that time, they don't know you anymore.
And that is when you also join every women's fellowship around. Because when we come home, what are we talking about? All our conversations have been Nkolano. Now the Nkola are gone. There's no Nkola here again.
Yeah.
So what do? We can't even sit and watch movie because you skipped that time. But me, I'm waiting for all of them to get out of my house so I can continue my marriage. I've told them already.
That is why I always enjoy having Mrs. Grandpa on the show, because you have a way of breaking things down and educating us across a very wide range of topics. Yes. Theophilus, I hope you heard all that she said. There is the wedding ceremony, there is the marriage which will happen before ideally the parenting comes in.
And the whites do it a lot. Sometimes they even go beyond. I waited for a year. Some go beyond a year or two so that they can really enjoy the marriage.
They don't have that much societal pressure, I assume. You know, people don't come into other people's families and tell them what to do as much as we do here. If you
watch Nigerian movies, you see the way the mother-in-laws come in. I want my grandchildren.
Theirs is worse, I assume, yeah. So let me go back to my earlier thought. Okay. When I had the two boys, I said that every parent should actually be taught conflict resolution.
Exactly.
Because sometimes, and I'll only speak for myself here, sometimes I'm even confused. I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing. I'm being fair to the person who is offended or the one who is so young and is. Sometimes I just don't know. I recall I had you on the show with Nana Bedubos on conflict resolution in marriage. Now let's talk conflict resolution as a parent. How should we resolve conflict between our children?
The first thing is don't take sides. No matter who is right.
Okay.
Don't take sides.
Okay.
Because the one who is wrong also think I have a reason why I'm wrong.
Okay.
And when you take sides, the one who is right will not listen to you Because already you have told me what I did was the best.
Okay.
So in resolving these issues, don't take sides. See yourself as an outsider. I'm not agreeing with the fact that you hit your brother. Neither am I also saying that because he hit you, probably take his toy and spoil it. None of them is right. So first, when you take yourself out, you begin to rather see everybody is wrong. Because in the first place, let's say I have this water that I'm drinking. Then my brother comes and snatches the water from me. Then it pours. I know this food is for him. So I take his food and pour it. It doesn't make mine right. I cannot say because he took my water, that is the way I should have come to tell daddy or mommy that he has taken my water.
Okay.
There could even be more bottles there. So I could have told him that, okay, take it, I'll go and take another one. Even though it will be annoying. You see? So as a parent, when you come in, who are you? When you come in and you decide that it was wrong for him to take my water, you will start beating him.
Yeah.
And then I will feel exonerated. Even though I have poured his food on the floor.
Yeah.
But because now mommy agrees with me that you did the wrong one. So when you finish and you are now coming to tell me that it was wrong for you to pour the food, I will not take
child
it.
will even be
I will
confused.
still emphasize that he took my water first. Because you came accepting it. That Rita was right. But when you stand outside the box, then you know that both of you are wrong.
Okay.
In the first place, when you want something, that is why I keep on saying that, enforce family values.
Okay.
Please, can I take the bottle of water? Please, can you give me some? Even though it's for your brother. Please, can I take this? Please, can you give me this? You see? And in my house, even now that they are adults, when they are in school, that one they are in school, but when they come home, once a week, every Sunday, we all sit at the table and eat together. That is that we discuss the Bible together. When you come and they are arguing with their father over the Bible, sometimes I just fold my hands and sitting there watching them, just enjoying the argument. Because everybody thinks they know what the Bible means. And it's fun. And right from the time they were kids, we tell them, don't pick anything across.
Yeah.
So if it is the bowl of rice you want, you tell the person closer, can you give me the bowl of rice? So gradually, from there, they learn that when you want something, you have to ask for it.
Right.
Even if it is in the fridge and there is no label on it, you can find out, is it for you? Can I take it? So when you are resolving a conflict, you have to talk to one. Let's say it's two people. You talk to the first one. Then when you finish, you talk to the second one. And you bring them together. And then you let them know both of you are wrong. Next time, you don't do this. Even though what you did was the result of what he also did. But throwing somebody's food on the floor because he poured your water. Some of these things, the damages cannot be fixed. For water, we can easily go and get you another bottle of water.
Right.
But look at his food. The mother, had to go through the process again of getting him something to eat. Maybe that was the only thing there. Now we have to look for alternative.
Yeah.
So some of these things will help them also know that, yes, you may do the wrong thing, but I shouldn't allow the anger to go to that level where I can hurt you. Otherwise, my aim will be you hurt me, I will also hurt you. So as a parent, the first thing is don't take sides. Okay. No matter who is right. Even if the other one didn't react, deal with the one who did the wrong comment the one who did the right thing. For example, if he had said nothing, but had come to you, you just call the other one who did wrong, talk to them, and then let him go and apologize in your presence. Because you see, my boys, for instance, if you tell them, we have a way of apologizing in the house.
Okay.
You cannot just go and say, Franca, sorry. That is no. You have to say it the way Daddy wants you to say it.
Okay.
So you say it, Franca, I was wrong. I am sorry.
Okay.
If you go and say, otherwise they will go and say, sorry. You will go back 10 times till you said it the way Daddy wants you to say it. I don't know what trouble fridge until we free. I'll go and read it and come back. Some of these things helps them to bond. It helps them also to know that you didn't take sides. Even though I was wrong, you didn't come bashing me just because I have done the wrong thing. That is one thing that we all need to be careful of. When I gave birth to my second child, I did a similar thing. His brother was just a toddler. And I think toddlers pick anything, they put it in mouth. So he was just angry that you've taken my toy and you have put it on your mouth and saliva is all around it, and he hit him. As soon as I came, I hit him back. At that time, I thought I had done the right thing, so he will hit him again. Then something happened again, and I heard him telling the toddler that when you do it, I will hit you, I will slap you in such a way, I will slap you. I know mommy won't slap me. He will only hit my hand because I won't slap him.
Wow.
When I come and I will just hit his hand. So I realized that, which means the first one, it didn't have any effect.
Exactly.
So I called him and told him that, look, this is your little brother. You are 2 years older, which means you are a bigger brother. You should take care of him. When I am coming to even punish him, you should protect him. You should protect him like Jesus protects us. And he got it. As for my children, if you bring Jesus in now, you know, the next time the younger one hit him, and his daddy told him that when you fight, I'll beat you. So he was going to bring a cane. The older one rather said, Daddy, don't mind him. He's sorry. He's just a little boy. Just leave him. Because he doesn't want to see his brother crying.
That's when correction has actually done what it's supposed to do.
Yes. Otherwise, they see the beating, you beat him. So they see the beating as, this is how I vent my anger. So they will keep beating, and the second one will beat the third one. And before you know it, all of them together fighting. And then you wonder how come the brothers are always hitting each other.
Yeah.
But it started from you. You saw the cane and the beating as a solution. But that is not the solution. The beating can come in when they go beyond the instructions you've given them. Okay. For instance, we've told you not to fight. Yeah. If you fight, you'll be caned. To tell you that, and the caning is not only you, the
Everybody.
2 of you.
Yeah.
So next time, you tell each other that let's not fight because Daddy will bring the cane, so let's not fight, and that will help. Yeah. And another thing too that I'll add is, don't tell your friends and family about the negative things your children are doing. They see your children as monsters because you keep telling them the negative things your children are doing, but you don't tell them the positive ones. Yeah. So when they see your children, they even see the way you describe your children to them. I always say that is the source of the mother-in-law, father-in-law problems. Because when you were a boyfriend and a girlfriend, you used to tell your girlfriend how your mother's witchcraft. Your mother is this, your mother is that, your mother is this. You were telling a woman you are coming to get married to. Yeah. When you get married and your wife is fighting with your mother, now you say, hey, why? Because you've forgotten you told me your mother was a witch. So now I have to protect my family against the
Yeah.
witch, you see.
Yeah.
So the same thing happens with the people around us. Cousins, aunties.
Yeah.
When we meet and we are talking about children. And I've always stopped people when I go when I go home to Takrady and we meet and people are talking about the things that I said, what? So then they do anything good? Me, my children, they don't do anything bad. Then I start talking about the good things because that is what I want to highlight on.
Exactly.
But you go and sit there and talk about the day he stole the toffee, the day he did this, the day he insulted this one, and it also brings sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
Because if we are 3 sisters and I'm the naughty one and you're always talking about me, it means I'm bad and I will do that.
Yeah.
The
They will
others see
actually
me
prove.
as you are the one everybody says you are bad.
Yeah. Some of the children will actually prove. Now they say I'm bad. Let me
Exactly.
show them I'm really bad.
And, and the children also lose confidence or trust in you. Because we can't trust our parents. They can't keep secrets. They can't keep anything to themselves. So why should I come and tell you something that is bothering me? I would rather tell the school counselor that this is what some boy is doing to me than tell my mother, because my mother will take you to women's fellowship prayer meeting. And then it will also bring other problems.
Yeah, sharing so much wisdom.
Thank
I remember
you.
when I was young, one of my friends said to me, she said, this woman is always talking about me. But everything I do with her son. And she never talks about her son.
Exactly.
You know. So I think what I'm getting out of this show is intentional parenting. If we want to stop, or at least drastically reduce sibling rivalry. I don't know whether it's possible to stop it.
We can't get it 100% that the siblings would not have any conflicts. Even as adults, sometimes we disagree on certain things. We want to do this and somebody thinks we should do it this way. And I mean, it's there. But at the end of the day, we are brothers, we are sisters. We need to come together and make sure whatever plan we have, it's done the right way.
Araba says, family values, very important. Learn to share. We pop wine for every birthday and graduation to celebrate the person and bless them with words of affirmation. Pray about everything. Yes, thank you for sharing your thoughts. It's a lot because I feel like you might do something today as a parent, not thinking about what will happen 12, 15 years. Yes, and sometimes when adult siblings are fighting, they refer to things that happened when they were children. Yes, that was not resolved.
Some of the thing is because some conflicts were not resolved. You were made to shut up, and it's in.
Yeah.
And if you don't take care, that seed will grow. You become an adult, and you start having issues with your siblings because nobody said sorry to you.
Yeah.
You were rather made to keep quiet. And so let me give you a practical example. I don't eat fufu.
Somebody will say you are missing a lot.
People say that all the time. I tell them I'm not missing anything because they also have things I like, they don't like.
Right.
I don't eat fufu, but everybody in my house, my mother, my father, everybody eats fufu.
Okay.
And when they are pounding the fufu, then they will call me to come and pound the fufu. And you can imagine the emotions and the trauma and everything that I will go through whilst pounding the fufu. Because nobody is going to cook rice or anything for me. I have to do it myself when I'm done.
Okay.
So come and pound the fufu. When you finish, you can go and cook your rice or whatever you want to eat. Yes. And you were part of the preparation. I mean, right from the word go, the marketing, everything. But the only thing is that you will not eat it. And nobody cares. You see, I got so angry. Nobody was even sympathizing with you. When I complained, my mom is like, and so what?
It's a big deal, yeah, right?
Are you saying you won't help pound the fufu? But I'm not eating it, and nobody is helping me. But you see, one day my father realized that this girl is not happy about what is going on.
Okay.
What he did was he called me and told me that he likes it when I pound the fufu. Because the rest of them, they don't pound it well. And I love my father. So the moment he said that, it gave me that vim that, as for you people, I won't mind you. But for my father, I want him to enjoy the fufu. So now I have a different kind of approach to pounding the fufu. I became an adult. My husband and all my children eat. So now I pound it for them. With the joy that they are enjoying the food I've cooked. You see, so it depends on how you were orientated into whatever you were doing. Perhaps if my father hadn't told me that, I don't know how I would have been like at this time. Maybe I would still be fighting with my husband and my children because I'm still not eating the fufu, but I'm the one working around it. You understand?
And it's not small work.
It's not small work, my sister. You see, so sometimes as a parent, you should be observant. Look at your children. Why is everybody watching TV and Franca is in her room? For me, they start telling me, you see, that was how they took it. Again, if my father hadn't changed my mindset, I would maybe still be doing that. And I'm happy alone. When I'm with people, fine. When you leave me alone too, you can leave me 1 year, I don't care. I'll find something to make me happy. That's how I am. So, but when you start doing that, when you keep doing that, the child becomes what you are saying. So we become an adult, and then everybody around you sees you as you are full of pride. Where did it start from? It started from when they started telling me, instead of somebody coming to find out that, Franca, we are all watching Nigeria movie. Why are you in your room? Then Franca will tell you, I don't like Nigeria movie. So if you watch something different, I will come. So, okay, then after the Nigeria movie, Franca, come. What do you want to watch? Then this time round, she will be there because she has chosen the movie she wants to watch. And we will not also say that we like Nigerian movie, so we will all sit there and watch it. And you realize that gradually, the child's attitude and everything changed because somebody is listening to my heart, something that really concerns me. You see, there is a young lady who once, for every 3-4 days in a month, she doesn't want to talk to anybody. She doesn't even want to come out of her room. Because that's the time she's in her menses. And she thinks that if I come here and I sit down, I may soil myself. And I have so many brothers here. I don't want them to see what is going on in my life. You see, but until the mother asks her why, who would know? We all concluded that Ochenu, especially when the brothers get visitors, she doesn't even want to come out of her room. But perhaps that is the time she is bleeding. So now that everybody in the house understands, when the time comes, these same brothers are the ones, should I bring you a cup of tea? Are you okay? Should I get you a hot water bottle? And gradually, she's fine. So parents, we have a lot of work to do. But God will be our helper.
You know, I'm thinking that if you have multiple children, then you have a lot of work to do because every child is different.
It's different.
And based on what you are saying, if you have to look at why this person's face is like this and they're in their room and what is a lot of work.
A lot of
my
work.
Sister.
You see, the thing is, when we tell ourselves it's a lot of work, it becomes a lot of work.
Okay.
You see, but I always tell people that sometimes we forget Jesus left us a helper.
Right.
And that helper can do more than we can do. That is why he left it. Unless you don't believe in the Holy Spirit. But the helper will do more. Sometimes your oldest child will sort them out before it even comes to you.
Okay.
You see, what is happening? Oh, it's okay. And you see that because you have trained the adult, and he's doing the things that is, but don't make the adult a parent. You are still the parent.
Yeah.
He's just a big brother or sister. So don't leave your bag in the school. We will leave it there.
Shit. I have lots of questions and I had no idea I've already exceeded my time. But I'm going to take a break now for Auntie Rita to rest a little bit, and then we'll rush through the rest of the questions I have. She says I shouldn't say it's a lot of work, so it's the Holy Spirit will help me.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about Colored Yarns. Colored Yarns is thrilled to bring you the latest in African fashion with a twist of global elegance. Colored Yarns is an African designer wear shop where clothes are made to fit. We make custom outfits for engagements, weddings, and every occasion. We've got ready-to-go jackets, casuals, church and funeral outfits as well. At Colored Yarns, we offer a diverse range of outfits tailored to suit all sizes and body types, the small, the medium, and the plus size. Step into the world of chic style with our brand new arrivals from the UK. Treat your wardrobe to quality brand name shoes and bags like Clarks, Nine West, M&S, and Klein, Aldo, Kenyan slippers, and beaded slippers. Colored Yarns is open to all your wholesale orders from 10 pieces and above. Whether you are stepping out for a casual day or dressing up for a special event, we have the perfect accessories to enhance your outfit and elevate your style. Visit Colored Yarns and experience the fusion of African culture and international sophistication. Locate Colored Yarns inside the Kumasi City Mall, opposite Saks Pharmacy, also in Edum Ampoma Arcade, same building with FedEx, opposite Edum Presby. In Accra, they are at East Legon on the Otano Curve. Call Colored Yarns on 0244 795 626. Colored Yarns, where threads talk. Are you pregnant and confused? Obviously not. Are you shy to speak to someone about your unplanned pregnancy? Did you know that engaging in unsafe abortion using unapproved drugs and harmful practices can kill you? Your friends are not medical professionals to advise you, but Marie Stopes Clinic's expert staff can counsel you on your pregnancy options to help you make the best choice for your future. Marie Stopes Clinic has launched a new telemedicine service for women in Kumasi. Marie Stopes Clinic offers unbiased and non-judgmental medical consultation over the phone, and this allows women with unplanned pregnancies to make their own decision. Our phone consultations give you a convenient way to access our services from the comfort of your home. You will receive the same excellent care from our experienced healthcare providers. Marie Stopes Clinic will help you to take back control of your reproductive health. You can call them on 0800-208585 or WhatsApp them on 0244-208585. And finally, make 2023 the year you take your health seriously. Like I always say, 2023 is almost coming to an end. Visit the Perfect Health Shop for a wide range of healthy products, from organic honey, molasses, assorted herbal teas, spices and seasonings, collagen gummies, apple cider vinegar, cranberry juice, and the likes of these. We are always at your service. You can locate us on the Dr. Adokofo Drive in Denyame, opposite the ECG office. You can call or WhatsApp us on 055-373-4616. You can also order a customized hamper this festive season for anyone that you want to say thank you to by calling this same number, 055-373-4616. Perfect Health Ghana, a healthier you naturally. Welcome back from the break. I'm rushing because I have a lot to still ask Auntie Rita while my boss is standing there stealing glances at me. There is so much to do. As I'm sitting down listening to you, I feel like there are so many things I have done as a parent that, I didn't think. I think most of the time my mindset is protect the younger one because he's young, yes. But I've learned a lot. And I won't make noise about the change. I will just start changing things where they need to be changed, because if these things have a potential of going into adulthood, then I think It's better we work on them now. Yes, I've learned so much. I'm going to ask you a funny question. You gave an example about the TV, right? All the children I know, including my own, they're always fighting about the TV. Who watches what? And I see issues where, for example, yes, if, for example, you have a boy and a girl, the girl wants to watch, what do they watch? Frozen.
Barbie.
Yes, Barbie, that's a new one. And the boy wants to play Minecraft or something. The girl is not interested, right? How do you cope? Or if the children are of very different ages, somebody is watching cartoons, the cartoonist of the cartoons, and the older kid wants to watch some high school something, you know, there's always that conflict. How do we resolve it?
I think in this day and age, most parents, we have laptops.
Okay.
So if you are not busy on your laptop, you can let perhaps the older one or the young, whichever one that you think can, if it's a TV program, obviously it can't be watched on the laptop. So then whoever is playing a game, you give them time. Another thing you can also do, if it's one, sometimes you'll be busy on your laptop. There's only one TV in the house. So there has to be a timetable. If you're free, 2 o'clock, let's say Saturday, from 2 o'clock to, let's say 3, it will be your 10. When you are done, sometimes the movie you want to watch may take 2 or 3 hours. So we look at the time the movie will show. If it's a movie that can be downloaded, that one, there will be no fights because you can do it at any time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will have to do it. And then another thing that also helps is, if right from the word go, you do family things together, it becomes part of them. For example, we are now adults, but sometimes the children come from the from uni and they want to, we brought this, we've downloaded this movie, and we will all sit there and watch. Some of them, sometimes halfway, me, I'll be dozing. But then they will wake you up. Mommy, they've reached this point, and it's become interesting for all of us to watch, discuss it, and all that. Yes, even though some people will be watching and still be on their phone.
I know, right?
But we are still all together. That's the most important thing.
Right.
Yes. So we must find a way to let everybody have a little time. If it is 2 hours, you are the older one, so you will take 3 hours. The younger one take 2 hours. The next person 1 hour. When it's time, you know it is your time. You are close. The next person comes. If you want to watch, fine. All of you can sit there, and then you watch it together. That also helps.
Okay. I said that to my sons, and they were like, "Mom, then just buy another TV, so that everybody will have their own."
That's also another solution.
Yeah, I know, right? We are not interested in that solution. Do you? I think that, especially for people who give their children TV, like put a TV in their room.
Oh.
I think that's stretching it, right?
I don't know, but I've never been a fan of that. They are in the uni now. Nobody's have TV in their room. They understand that that is why we have a TV room.
Okay.
Where we all sit and watch TV.
Okay.
That's the family area.
Yeah.
Yes, but nobody's going to have any. I'm the only one. I'm the mommy. I'm the only one who has TV in my room. That one I have to have it. But for the children, if you want TV in your room, when you go out there and you become another, you can buy a TV.
You buy your own TV. Interesting. What do you think, apart from children just not being friends when they grow up, what do you think are some of the negative effects of sibling rivalry?
Some of the negative effects is exactly what you have said. They don't even see themselves as siblings, that we are one mother, we are one father, or whatever. They don't. And they live like individual lives. You see, nobody, and their children becomes that. Their wives, unfortunately, will even make it even fine. The wives will even lay the correct foundation for them not to be talking to each other.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it just creates enmity around you. You see, God has created us human beings in such a way that It is love for somebody that gives you happiness and satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
That is why when I am not on talking terms with you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm from here, as soon as I see you, my heart will skip a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Franska is coming. Why would it be so? When I see her, nothing like that happen. When I meet him, oh, help me. But the moment we are not on talking terms,
Yep.
it means that the love that God has put in you is somehow covered with hatred. It is not gone, but it's covered with hatred
Right.
for that person. So you can't even feel free to do things. If I walk into the room and Franca is there, because she has now become my enemy, I will go. Meanwhile, it would have benefited me for me to be there.
Yeah.
Or anytime I see anything, Franca, it becomes something else for me. And you are hurting yourself. You get high blood pressure because you are always thinking of outdoing somebody else or doing things that will hurt them. And the spirit that is in you when you go to church, and the Bible is telling you that if your neighbor has sinned against you, go and reconcile before you come and even do the offering. And you are sitting here, you can pay 1 million Ghana cedis for the harvest. You won't get any blessing from it.
Yep.
Nothing. You will only make the church happy. You become the pastor's friend because you've given generously. But between you and God, the relationship is not right because you are still having problem with your sibling. And sometimes you see somebody hurting, you know you can help. Rita hasn't spoken to you for over 10 years. We are no longer friends. She doesn't even mention your name. Then you see me fall down here. What will you do? Are you now going to forgive me and come and help me, or you stand there and watch me die? All this creates a whole lot of chaos around you. So don't make your sibling your enemy. Make sure your children are friends. They can discuss things together. Sometimes you need to make them play leadership roles. For example, you want this place swept. You tell the older one, you are the big one, so I'm leaving you in charge. Call your brothers and your sisters and make sure this room is clean. So now he takes over. And that is to help them bond. Whilst we are all doing the work together, by all means, somebody will be lazy. You need to put them in you are also building up their leadership roles.
Yeah.
You can, I always say that I told a friend this, and he told me that this one would never work in her house because her husband is a reverend minister and he thinks he's the only one who knows the Bible. Because when you do a timetable that this week, let's say you do your devotion weekly. So Sunday devotion, the first one is the one in charge. He will read the Bible. He will pick the song. He will pick everything. When he finished explaining whatever he had, we are closed. This is not the time for daddy, the reverend, to come and tell us what he thinks about what is in the Bible.
Yeah.
If you think what I said is wrong, wait, when we close, call me aside. Today, I'm in charge of the devotion. And that was what my friend was telling me. Her husband will do the timetable, but when you finish, he will still have something to say.
Yeah.
You see? And that also helps them bond. Because when I am in charge, and we are all discussing the Bible, we are all learning lessons from it.
Yeah.
We are learning the consequences of Cain and Abel. Because of sibling rivalry, one had to kill the other one. We are learning of Isaac and Jacob. We are learning. Now we come back to those that had love among them. Look at Moses and his sister. It was the sister who was protected Moses. You see?
Yeah.
And all that. So you get to know that. And Moses and the sister, and later on Aaron became part of it, there were a few conflicts, but then the love was still there on and on and on. Then we will also learn from it. Look at what happened in David's house. Even a brother had to rape his stepsister.
Yeah.
That is wrong. Somebody had to kill his brother because of that. And then we are all gradually learning to know that love for one another should be what is here. Protect your siblings, whether you are the older one or the younger one or whatever. My daughter always walks with her head high. Doesn't care what any boy will say. Because he snaps her finger and her brothers will come. So that is what should happen. And the boys also knew that, hey, when we are hungry, our sister is here. No matter the time, midnight, they will call, Charlene, we are coming to eat indomie. Especially when they were all on campus. So that tells you that when you are not there, they can take care of each other.
Yeah.
But when you start not resolving conflicts, not making them say sorry, favoring somebody because he was named after your father, and all those little things, when they grow up, it becomes something they have grown to be with.
Yeah.
I know my mother doesn't like me, so I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah.
Once my sister is doing it, and the same thing, you, the parents, will start suffering for it.
Yeah. Are there any positive effects of sibling rivalry?
The only positive effect is sometimes if the competition is healthy, it helps the other one to also achieve.
Okay.
Because your brother is always first on top of the class. Your sister is always on top of the class. Then you realize that I also have to be on top of my class. So when he's learning, I will learn. When he's going to the library, I also go to the library. When he's researching, my homework, my brother helped me do my homework or teach me. And then gradually, they also become better. That is the only good thing
positive you see.
Yes, if the competition is healthy.
Okay.
If it is not healthy, obviously, the kingdom will collapse.
My final question to you will be, should we expect our children to be automatic friends? I know you say your children are friends. Is that what we should be aiming for as parents? Or
that should be our aim. If you don't work at it, it will not happen.
Okay.
So you have to really hammer it in right from the time she was a baby. We can hold her. It's not everybody who can stand there when a woman is giving birth. Like in my case where, that's his job anyway. So it was easy. But some men can't stand it when a woman is giving birth. But be there. If you can't be at in the delivery room, be at the veranda or somewhere waiting. As soon as the baby comes, you go with the other one. This is the new baby coming. When the mother is pregnant, tell the child that your sister, your brother is in there. So you will know that the baby is there. When the baby kicks, you can even put the hand there and say that, did you see your sister is saying hi or your brother is saying hello? So the child develops some kind of love for the baby before it was even born. And when they are born, mothers, please, even if the child hadn't washed their hands and they touch the baby will not die. Let them bond. You can sit them on the floor and let the baby lie on their lap. Or the baby can be in their cot and they can sit by the baby and be playing with the baby. And don't touch him. Don't do this. I bought this for the baby. This is not for you. All this, it's like gradually stirring up that jealousy. So let's try, and as much as possible, let's do things together as family. Let them play together, play with them, and let them know that we need to support each other. If one is hurt, you can call the other one to come and help you, probably wash the wound or something. Or if a toy is spoiled and you are fixing it, call all of them. Give me the screwdriver, give me that, you do this, and then we gradually will get there.
An insightful conversation we've had today on what was the topic again? I was going to say sibling, right? I want to say it right. Sibling dynamics, love and rivalry. We focus on the love. We've talked about managing the rivalry. And I think that listening to you, I think that, like I said earlier, it just has to be intentional. Yes.
Deliberate.
And yes, very deliberate. If we are making mistakes, I hope that this show has helped us to know how to navigate, the relationship among our children, and even us as adults, relationship among our siblings. Thank you so much for joining us on episode 10 of the Women Lately Show. I will be here, God willing, Wednesday, 1 p.m. My name, as always, Francisca Taylor. Good afternoon.